We interrupt this program to bring you an important Wayfair message. Wayfair's got style tips for every home. This is Styles McKenzie helping you make those rooms sing. Today's style tip. When it comes to making a statement, treat bold patterns like neutrals. Go wild, like an untamed animal print area rug under a rustic farmhouse table from Wayfair.com. Arr, fierce. This has been your Wayfair style tip to keep those interiors superior.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
4 people in a room talking about everything. Or talking about really nothing at all. You decide.
Welcome. This is the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Jenny was just talking before we hit record.
She put on a voice.
I don't know why I did. It wasn't
like
even
it.
something uncomfortable.
No, it wasn't.
Brady, do you have one more question?
From Missy XO.
Oh.
She says, Missy XO.
Okay.
Yeah. She says, to all 4 in high school, what was your best subject and what mark did you get? Gym?
That's easy for me. It was drama.
Oh.
And it wasn't because I could act or anything like that, just because I was just outgoing and I wanted to be in the entertainment field somehow.
Yeah.
And the teacher recognized that. And so, I got like 98%. It was great.
Yeah.
I wasn't a good student in the fact that I didn't go to class a lot, so I was not there. However, when I was there, the best mark I ever got was in OAC. That was a thing.
What's
It was
that?
like grade 13,
13?
English. I got a 98.
Wow. Look at you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I didn't do well in anything. in high
Nothing?
school.
Wow.
I mean, my marks were, I want to say probably like, I don't know. It's like, I can't think of the name of the, or I guess
Course?
religion and
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
Religion /
And like
whatever.
ethics?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I did well in that, I guess.
Like, if you go back, like my grade 10 year, I got 1 credit that year.
That's
I got a
crazy.
52
You
in
win.
phys ed. Other than that, I failed everything.
Yeah.
Because
How
I
did you
was
graduate?
it took some work and some extra courses, and,
Yeah.
in summer and night and
Sure.
got through. But yeah, so like when I was there, I did well. When I wasn't
Brady,
there,
what
not so
about
much.
you, best,
I was a pretty good
course?
student. But like music, I always loved, or sports. Oh, you know what I did in grade 11, which in Quebec, that's like you're the oldest in high school, right?
Right.
Is I was in chemistry and physics, and I knew I wasn't going to go into sciences, so I was able to drop chemistry, and because I got along with teachers and stuff and whatever, they ended up putting me in a sports leadership program.
Oh,
So I
awesome.
got out of chemistry, but usually it's like, anyway, it was crazy how my schedule ended up. Half my day was a gym class, music, and then a sports leadership,
Oh,
which
that's
was another
awesome.
gym class.
Yeah.
So I did nothing in grade 11.
That's nice. That's a good
no.
year.
It was unbelievable.
That is so ideal.
Because you were a good student. I know Rush, Jenny, and I would battle to see which one of us went to school less.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
We were all horrible.
Yeah.
I was so bad that I think it was grade 10 or 11. I was the only one that had to write the gym exam in June. I never went. And I remember my gym teacher saying, I don't even have an exam for you to write. Like, he had to put together some pages for me just to
What? You just played one-on-one
very funny.
dodgeball?
I missed 75 writer's craft classes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
75.
I missed it all,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I
Oh,
missed over 70 classes in history in grade 10. And my teacher there said, and I love this guy, he said, I'm going to flip a coin. And if it's heads, your mark is your mark. If it's tails, your absences will be your mark. I'm convinced to this day it was a 2-headed coin. I'm sure it was. But it was pretty awesome.
That's really great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can listen to all these uneducated people together on what we call the Hot Tub Podcast.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
According to a new survey, 88% of millennial moms say they're so busy that they would jump at the opportunity to clone themselves. And the average person estimates that they'd need 4 clones to handle all the tasks they like to get done. Okay. So these are the top 10 jobs moms would want their clones to do. Housekeeper at number 1, 56%, easy win.
Why don't they just get a housekeeper? Why do they have to clone themselves?
I'm guessing it's an affordability thing
Also, can we stop? We'd need 4 clones to get stuff done.
that they want to get done. Not necessarily need to, but stuff if they can
but
get
they do
everything
eventually
done
get
they
it
wanted
done.
to.
They are getting it done. You don't need 4
Without
clones.
stress, without naps, without having without mental.
But then what are you doing
soundness,
when your clones are doing all that stuff?
taking care of you and spending time with the kids? in the family.
Also, how much do they think a clone costs?
Yeah.
I think we're in weird world, guys.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
Gotcha.
So a housekeeper
Also,
at number
hang
one.
on, clones are not robots either. Like there'll be clones, they'll be people.
Yeah.
So like if you tell your clone, oh yeah, see all you do is clean bathrooms.
Yeah.
Right.
Your clone's gonna be like, yeah, I quit. I have to go buy a house.
Slavery. That's
Like
terrible.
I'm not
You're
doing
right.
this.
It's
Yeah.
right.
You know what's going to happen is the clones are going to want more clones.
That's
Yes.
right.
Right.
yeah.
Have you never
Yeah.
seen Star Wars? This is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
What they need to do is Roomba with wigs.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. That's what they need. Clones are not the answer.
No.
Because yes, you can't do that.
Right. Okay, well, housekeeping is one of the things.
Yeah.
Laundry service, chef, nanny and babysitter, personal assistant, personal shopper, a tutor or homework helper,
all right.
handy woman, chauffeur, and doctor.
You can
or
hire
nurse.
all those people.
Yeah.
You think your clone is going to be a doctor?
Well, you can clone them to do anything you want in
No,
weird world.
no,
No,
you.
can't.
They're you.
But they look like me, but they can have a different brain.
They're not clones
No, they're
then.
clones.
We just beep, 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 beep. No?
No,
No,
they're not
okay.
robots.
No, what you're gonna have is uneducated yous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
If you clone you,
So me.
yeah.
So it's you, though, having to go to medical school for 8
Right.
years.
Right.
Okay.
You have to pay for that.
I think they should have said robots. They should have
Okay.
said that.
Yeah.
And then in that case, just, you get one robot to do it all.
Also, okay, so completely different thought. I wouldn't want 8 robots wandering around my house doing all this stuff.
No. That's a lot
of
It would
robots.
be insanity.
They will
just go
decide
out
on their own that this is their house, and what they want to get rid of is that person.
Yeah, there's 8 of them, one of me.
Yeah.
That's not ending well.
Everyone's
No.
booby trapped.
Like, remember there was that guy that made his gave some sort of brain to his microwave, and his microwave tried to kill him.
tried to kill him.
That was
That's
a
right.
microwave.
You know what? I'll fold my own socks.
Yeah,
I'm good.
It's fine.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady. Find the gang on their socials. Follow at Mahler, at One True Rush, at Hot Flash Jenny, and at Brady Jones Radio.
Did any of you guys watch, were you in the wheelhouse watching Dawson's Creek?
Yes, I love
No.
Dawson's Creek.
No, I did not. But
Oh, I
people
loved
love
it.
that.
They
stuff.
did, yeah.
Hello.
The WB, what was that, Rush? Early 2000s?
I think that sounds about
90s,
right.
late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
98 to 2003.
I did
Okay.
have an idea of opening up a bar roadhouse and calling it Pacey's and having pictures of Joshua Jackson all over it.
really fun.
But for no reason whatsoever.
Okay.
I remember that.
And what happened?
I just haven't done it yet.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Still saving up, eh?
Wow.
Come to Pacey's.
Is he, he's Canadian, isn't he?
He is, yeah. I think he's from Vancouver.
So therefore you can get him to help you out.
Absolutely.
He is from Vancouver. You know a lot about Joshua
You
Jackson.
really do.
Well, again, if you're going to open this place, you got to know these things.
Yeah.
But I never watched 1 second of Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
Just doing,
right.
he was doing his due diligence.
Yeah.
Yeah. His market research.
Exactly. Joey, is he Joey?
No, Joey's the girl. That's
Katie Holmes?
Katie Holmes, yeah.
I just
Thank
like
you.
the idea of people thinking that Joshua Jackson owns the place, but he'll have nothing
here we
to
go.
do with it whatsoever.
Would you need his permission to hang a
I
bunch
don't
of
think I
pictures of him?
would. It's called Pacey's.
You'd need Dawson's Creek's permission more than his.
I don't
Would you?
think so.
I don't think so.
Maybe because you're calling it Pacey's.
Yeah,
if it was
but-
just like randomly a Joshua Jackson bar, I think that would be okay.
Anything Pacey's, it doesn't even mention Dawson's Creek. It's just got a few pictures of him up in it, which is
few-
fine.
A
You
few
might
or
be
like
fine.
the whole all the walls.
Well, on a few of the walls.
Yeah.
Like
on
we have
all
a
the
bar
walls.
in town that it's like all pop culture things all
Yeah.
over the walls.
Yeah.
What's the difference if it's just one person?
It,
right?
it
Yeah,
changes
that's what I
nothing.
mean.
And it's not called Dawson's Creek. It's called Pacey's.
Yeah.
You
might
could
be
get
okay.
away with this. I'd be fine.
I think you'd be okay.
Has there ever been a restaurant in all the years we've been doing the show where we've reported on, like, let's say it's Joshua Jackson.
Yeah.
Like calling a place called Joshua Jackson Eats Here.
I think you can do that.
Could you do that? Right, if that's the full title.
Right.
Can you use their full name though?
Especially if you don't
Yeah.
use
If
his
he-
likeness.
but if
Yeah.
he ate there, it's just fact.
And also, you could be talking about Joshua Jackson from Arkansas.
any Joshua Jackson.
Like,
yeah, like it
you
could
don't
be
know.
anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, would you have to say 8 here or eats,
Eats here. You could say eats here.
Yeah, because then you want the clientele to always think, oh,
Yeah,
it could
he
happen.
could be coming
Yeah.
in. Yeah.
Anytime.
You know what you do? You change your name to Joshua Jackson. So if they sue you, you go, I'm Joshua Jackson
Right.
and I eat here.
That's
You
not
can
bad.
totally do
Yeah.
that. Yes.
Also, I'd probably go for bigger fish than Joshua Jackson.
No.
No, but you got to make it realistic.
I
Yeah.
like the idea about the city having 2 random Joshua Jackson themed restaurants.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, hey, my story doesn't matter now. No, Joey Potter. That's
Yes, Joey Potter, yeah.
That's Katie Holmes'
Katie Holmes, yeah.
character. Her house from Dawson's Creek is being auctioned off. And the starting bid is a mere $29,000. But
boy.
Whoa.
and this is as of like a night or two ago. I'm sure it's gone up. But here's the weird part. The house is in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay.
But if you buy it, you can't move in right away. First, you have to move the entire house. The whole house. Yeah, this is a personal property auction, meaning that the house itself is for sale,
Okay.
but not the land it's on.
Gotcha.
So it has to be moved, and the buyer is responsible for all the costs associated with its relocation.
Right. It's still not a bad deal.
So you could have the house in your backyard and go, hey, look, that's Joey Clutter's house.
Yeah.
But you would never know it because it's really the dock that makes it. The dock in front of the house or
right.
behind the house, I
I
suppose.
see.
Yeah, then
So
she would
she
go
lived
to
on
meet.
Dawson's Creek.
Yes, exactly.
So if you had a cottage or something with a lake or something like that, it would look cooler.
It would.
Yeah.
Yes.
In that situation.
Why would they want to get rid of that then? If it's like right, I see the picture. It's like right at the dock.
Yeah.
I feel like this whole thing. Don't move that. Don't
Because I
change
think
that.
the people that own it, I'm guessing, would just bulldoze it, but they
Yeah.
know they
That's
can
it.
pocket some money.
Yeah.
Why not?
by
The
just selling the
developers
house.
probably bought it and they're going to put a bunch of beach homes in or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you think they can make way more money as an Airbnb? Because it looks the exact
No.
same. Like
No.
It's not popular enough. Like I don't care to go to this house. They weren't like there were only
Right.
so many scenes at Joey's house. It was mostly outside
Rush,
on the dock.
You could have it in the
Gotcha.
parking lot of Pacey's.
I could.
Yeah.
Imagine
Yeah.
that.
That's not bad.
the house. Maybe Pacey's is the house.
No.
No, Pacey's
no.
is bigger than that.
No.
Oh, yeah,
So you want to
sorry.
separate?
Ridiculous,
You go,
Brady.
you go and
All
have dinner, and then part of your package,
Yeah.
dinner, and then a tour.
The other
Yeah.
problem
Okay,
is
all
no,
right.
we're making this too close to Dawson's Creek. No, there has to be a separation. It's just called
Right.
Pacey's.
Sure.
What if it's dinner at Pacey's, sleep at Joey's?
It's too much. It's too close. There's too much Dawson's Creek.
Well, Jenny, you could build your thing across the street.
Oh yeah, like breakfast at Jen's. Yeah, Jen
Jen-
was who Dawson.
But it's
dated.
Joey's house.
Michelle
Yeah,
Williams.
no, I know Michelle
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're going to incorporate all the characters into
No.
this. Yeah,
You can do that. Then Pacey's is not involved in that.
Wow.
This is too close to Dawson's Creek. That's it has to be just people. Oh, is this his place? No. Does this have to do with the show? No.
Rush, what your bathroom signs? It has to be for the men. It's just Joshua Jackson's picture,
Yeah.
and then the exact same picture for women, but him in a wig.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're getting it. Yeah.
think
You
he
don't
might
put
get
Katie
shut
Holmes
down.
up there. No, that's
You
too
would get
much.
Shut down. I also like that if you have the theme on loop the entire time.
Yeah.
Like for 8 hours every day, it's just the theme to
Yeah.
Dawson's Creek on loop while
Yes.
you're eating a burger.
Oh,
Is it
can
the
you
instrumental,
imagine?
or is it just I don't want to wait?
No, I think
you-
it needs to be. I don't want to.
You would lose all
The
your
whole
employees
time.
within
You're-
3 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
at the hostess thing at the front,
Uh-huh.
it says you might have to wait.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's so good.
Oh, that's really, really
There's
good.
so many great
Slam
things
dunk.
you can do.
Yeah.
You know, on the show, didn't they all work at a diner, or wasn't there a famous diner on the show? Or am I crazy on that?
Oh God, good question.
I thought
yeah,
one of
they
them
all
worked.
met up somewhere, but it wasn't like
Didn't they have a peach pit, so to
No,
speak?
yeah,
you
that's what I
guys,
was gonna
you
say. I don't
guys
think
are
it was the
turning this
same.
into a Dawson's Creek place, and that's not the idea here.
'Kay, so there's
you want
two
people
diners.
confused.
There was Stewie's Diner and Don's Diner.
Yeah, so
Okay.
there wasn't. They weren't huge,
Okay,
right?
gotcha.
Yeah.
There was
But I love that they were both diners.
like they couldn't just settle on
Yeah.
one.
No.
no.
Actually, never mind. These are real diners in real Dawson's
okay.
Creek, British
Oh,
Columbia.
okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
never mind.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
And Rush, would you make any mention with Joshua Jackson Pacey's? would you do any ode to Dr. Odyssey, his latest show?
Absolutely not.
No, nothing.
Oh, no. Only
okay.
Dawson's
Absolutely
Creek,
not.
Joshua
No.
Jackson.
No, and it's because it's Pacey's.
Okay.
So
Right.
it's just Pacey's.
So there wouldn't be a grand prize once a year trip on a cruise line?
no.
No, nothing
No.
like that. Okay.
And no Dawson's Creek cast members and
Okay.
none of that. No.
Nothing
Would
else.
you want
Okay.
Joshua Jackson there at the ribbon cutting?
No.
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 Holy cow.
Why
wow.
not?
No, it's too much. It's too much.
What if he wanted to be
You
there?
want then he can come in and he can be a regular patron, sure.
What if he brought his own scissors?
like really big scissors.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Let me cut it.
I mean, sure, if he would. I don't think he would.
In front
So-
of the cameras, you would never turn down Pacey.
No, you wouldn't.
couldn't.
No, you
No.
cannot.
Yeah,
No.
Well, let's say you showed up on a random Tuesday.
See, the problem, yes, that's better.
Okay.
The idea of him being there, the ribbon cutting, it looks like it's his place. It looks like he's involved. You don't want that.
Okay.
I would love if there was a corporate takeover and Joshua Jackson.
He's a part of
He
it.
kicked Rush out.
Just buys the bar from you.
That's the best ending to the story. He buys it, takes it over, runs it into the ground, and it closes.
And then Rush opens a new place called Seinfeld's.
Yeah.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
We're out of time.
We have so much time.
No.
Oh, God.
All right.
This is going to be a fun one.
Time for a game.
Yeah, let's do this, guys.
Now it's time to play Brady's Game of Pain on the Morning Hot Tub with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Welcome to it, guys. Brady's Game of Pain. It's been a while since we've all been,
Has it?
here together to play. So we've got a very, very fun one. We were recently talking about birding and how millennials in particular have really taken to bird watching during COVID, right? So as the number one most listened to show for millennials, I figured it's like our responsibility to help out my fellow millennials a little bit. So I've personally never been birding, but I'm assuming that making bird calls is a pretty important part of going bird watching.
Right.
So I've pulled some audio of some birds, and I would love for you guys to replicate the bird sounds, just to help out the new millennial birders out there. So I've got 9 sounds.
9?
That's good.
Yeah, 3 each. It's very quick.
Oh, sure.
And you can just pick a random number, okay? We're going to start with Mahler, and we'll make our way around the table. Just pick a number 1 to 9.
7.
7. Oh, that's a fun one, Mahler. The black-footed albatross. So you have to replicate the black-footed albatross, which sounds like this. Nice.
on.
You want to hear the black-footed albatross one more time? Here we go. All right.
It sounds like from a movie I watched last night.
Oh, I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah. That's about where it ended. Oh, boy.
Oh.
Can I, one more time?
Yep.
Oh, my God.
So hard.
Pretty easy one. You got this. Come on. The black-footed albatross? Who doesn't know this one?
That wasn't bad.
It's okay.
bad.
Okay, give it one more try.
That's a tough one.
Oh,
I can't give you a point for that, Mom.
I thought you were pretty close. I
don't
probably would
know.
have
All
given
right.
you a
Okay,
ding
Rush,
there.
give me a number 1 to 9. Anything but 7. 2. Oh, I love this bird. The laughing kookaburra. You got the laughing kookaburra, Rush. Here we go. You want to hear the laughing kookaburra one more time?
Yeah, please, yeah.
All right, Rush, you're up, buddy. That was pretty good.
Bad.
Wait, he has stuff to do it a second time?
I nailed it the first time.
Yeah, he did really, really well the first time.
All right.
That
Take
was
an
a
early lead.
Solid laughing kookaburra.
Thank you.
All right, Jenny, 1 to 9.
My favorite number 3.
3. Oh, the Great Patoo. You got the Great Patoo.
All right.
All right, here we go. The Great Patoo. Here it is.
See, the mistake you made is not making Rush do it again, because we'll want Jenny to do it again.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, all right, Rush, give us one more laughing kookaburra. You sound like Yoko Ono.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, and over to Jenny's Great Patoo.
Okay. I need a second. Can I hear it again, please?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Okay. Wow.
You sound like an angry cat.
I mean, it's just, that was an easy one.
I should have recorded you. Did you see her face?
Yeah.
Just doing that?
I didn't even know I made a face.
All right, back to Mahler.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I have
a
to
number.
pick a number.
You gotta pick a number. Yeah.
Has anybody taken 2?
Yes.
I did.
Okay, 1.
Yeah. Oh, the brown sickle bill. Here we go.
I'm not gonna do that.
It's the brown sickle bill.
Man.
All right, one more time.
That's a toy gun.
It
That's
does.
what that
It
is.
sounds
That's
like
the
a BB
brown
gun.
sickle bill.
All right, hit me. Go.
No, that's not it.
No, give it one more try.
No, that wasn't it.
I get it
everywhere.
though. When it's so tough, you're like, I don't know what to do with my mouth. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you,
Good
buddy.
clip. Thank you, Jay. All right, Rush.
9.
9. Oh, the Southern Cassowary.
Of course. Yeah.
I want you to isolate all your clips, Brady, of you saying the bird names.
Mahler, we're listening to the Southern Cassowary.
It's like a frog.
Or a hippo.
Yeah.
It's a big bird.
You know what? Not bad.
2 dings.
That's pretty good. That's a good Southern Cassowary.
Thank you.
You are getting the easy ones though, Rush.
Yeah.
Luck of the draw.
I want Jenny's last bird and Rush's current bird to hang out together for a sec. I want to hear what that sounds like.
All right, Jenny, you got 4, 5, 6, or 8.
8.
Oh, the Western Copper Kai. The Western Copper Kai. Here we go.
Yes. It's so complicated.
It is.
All right, Western Copper Kai, one more time. Go ahead. Look at her hands shaking.
What she's doing there.
Are you pretending you're a bird?
I have to get into character.
Of course you do, yeah.
Higher.
When you went to radio school, did you ever think?
Never.
They didn't have a course in this.
I guess I'll give you a ding.
Thank you.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
that's
you're
pretty good.
dinging everybody.
It's a loose
solid.
ding. All right, Mahler, 4, 5, or 6.
It is a loose
Oh no,
ding.
that's
Oh,
it.
we
We're
gotta
out of
call it.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
We haven't even done the Willow Grouse, the Jack Sniper, the Channel Build Cuckoo.
Okay, next time we have to call the game.
Can I just give you the Willow Grouse?
Okay. Well,
Good one.
Oh,
you
you
got to
should-
give it to Rush because he
Yeah.
won
Okay,
today.
yeah, that's a difficult
And so
one.
that's-
Yeah.
All right,
that's
okay,
Rush's.
all right.
Man.
Like a car that wouldn't turn
Yeah.
over.
I get whatever.
There you go. Thank you.
Whatever.
Whatever.
3 for 3.
Well done, guys.
Oh,
the
that's
worst game ever.
exhausting.
That was fun.
I feel like Rush has been doing some birding with it.
He really has.
All right, there you go. Brady's game of pain. That's what it is on the morning hot tub.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Never pass out in the middle of a college party, man, or around your extended family for that matter. Some guy turned to Reddit for advice after he drank too much at a family barbecue. He fell asleep in a hammock, and his brother-in-law filled his belly button with super glue.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Don't
not
do
good.
that.
And listen to this.
That's not good.
It landed him in the ER. They had to use a solvent and ointment to remove the glue, and he ended up with a medical bill for over $2,200.
Oh.
It happened several months ago, and his brother-in-law has refused to pay it.
He
so
should.
he took him to small claims court and won, but he still hasn't paid.
Oh,
the
my
guy
God.
asked Reddit for advice because it's caused a big rift in his family. Obviously, his wife's side thinks he overreacted and shouldn't have gone to the hospital in the first place. Well, what is he going to do?
Yeah.
He said he said even his wife is barely on his side. So his brother-in-law is going through a divorce and is in between jobs. He added quotes to between, so the guy obviously hasn't worked in a while.
So if he hadn't done anything and gone to the hospital, would it eventually have just
like popped out?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you super glue something and eventually does it fall off? No.
Does it detach from your skin? Not really, right?
No.
I don't know. I mean, but
Well, I guess I've gotten some on my finger before, and it eventually
does.
Yeah, but that's because there's the friction too of you rubbing.
Yeah.
You're constantly using your hands, not your
Right.
belly button.
Yeah, that's
Exactly. Your
true.
belly button is just sort of like
Guess if
sitting
you just
there.
slowly rubbed it.
Why do you have the voice on
Like
for that?
And you slowly, slowly rub it.
If you just massaged it a little bit every day, maybe eventually.
Massage it a little bit every day.
Maybe a heating pad? I don't know.
I'm massaging my
I
belly
don't
button.
know.
Hello.
Oh, God. Okay, so.
Great clip, by the way. The last like 20 seconds.
no.
All very good. Thank you.
The mother-in-law offered to pay, but she's on a fixed income, so he hasn't taken her up on that. So what should he do? A few of the top answers in the comments include garnish the guy's wages, prank him back, or just go on Judge Judy.
Wow.
I'm actually very impressed that a guy passed out in a hammock.
Right?
Like,
Oh,
hammocks
they're pretty comfy.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's tough to get into. So if you're loaded, you
Yeah,
can
but
get into a
maybe-
hammock without falling underneath it.
I think it's
impressive.
probably one of the easiest places to fall asleep drunk because you're not moving, right? So if you pass out, you're not moving.
Easy
you're
once
kinda
you're in
stuck.
there.
Yeah.
But I mean, getting in there is the
Getting
hard
in
part.
there, maybe he had some help.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you're that drunk, like to the point of, passing out. Yeah.
We can all agree that the brother-in-law's got to pay for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
he
there's
did
just no
it.
way around
And
it.
so wait,
wouldn't have-
he's
yeah.
going through a divorce, the brother-in-law?
Apparently.
So he's no longer in the family? Or another divorce and he's new to
Well,
the
if
family?
it's his brother-in-law, it could be his sister's brother,
Husband? Oh,
right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how
That's
that
true,
works.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sister's brother?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
no,
his
Sister's
step-
husband.
Yeah, that would
Or
be
his sister's
He's
no,
his sister's brother.
Yeah.
He's his sister's brother.
Yes.
What? Hang on. What?
But
Yeah.
it could be his.
No. So my sister-in-law would be my brother's wife, right?
Right.
Yes. So his brother-in-law could be his wife's brother.
Right,
No.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, his wife's brother.
But you
Yeah.
said his sister's brother.
I
and
meant
that's
his
where we
wife's
got
brother.
confused.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
bad then. My bad.
Yeah, you're right.
Could
Yeah.
be his wife's
Yeah.
brother.
Could be, yeah.
all that to say is he owes the money.
I think so. Yes. I mean,
Without
if
a
I did
doubt.
something
Yeah.
like that was reckless and unnecessary and stupid.
It's also like one a Sharpie is one thing, and then you go
Yeah.
and you shower and it sucks, and maybe it's there for like a day or two, whatever. But crazy glue in a belly button is like
Exactly.
that's not great.
Well,
No.
I just wouldn't do that. I also don't find it that funny.
no, it's not funny.
No.
Like a marker is funnier. Like
Yeah.
this isn't like look. There's something you can't really see. It's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah,
it's
there's
not
less of a
funny.
payoff,
No,
right?
it's
We were using Gorilla Glue the other day.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't work.
It's not like it used to be,
No,
right?
thank you.
Yes, I agree.
We were trying to put something. It was some porcelain thing we were trying to put
Yeah.
back together, and I held it for a few seconds. My wife held.
Yeah.
And just nothing was working.
what is
No.
that, porcelain gorilla?
It was a porcelain gorilla.
Okay, I'm surprised it didn't work then because I mean it does work
was
only
so
on gorillas.
ironic.
That's why
So
it's called
ironic.
gorilla glue.
No,
That's what
I
it's
very
called.
ironic.
got my dad a curling rock ornament for Christmas.
Okay.
And it's got the little hook on it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The handle. And they shipped it to me twice, and each time it arrived with the handle broken off. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, this is just going to keep happening. So I bought some Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
Tried that, I don't know how many, 3 times. And
Doesn't
it just
work.
would not
No.
hold.
No.
So I finally went and bought really good super glue.
Yeah.
And it worked, and
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
But the Gorilla Glue, you can't trust it.
I like the glue where the guy has a helmet and he's hanging off
Crazy
the
glue.
building.
I know.
Is that
That's
crazy,
crazy glue, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was a
glue.
great commercial,
Yeah.
by the way.
So good.
I find
Sticks with
crazy
you.
glue works. Crazy glue.
Yeah.
I've always, and then you ever do that thing where you glue your fingers together, and then you're like, oh, this is my life now.
As a child,
I mean,
I was 8
haven't
years old.
haven't done it recently. No.
It's not great. Not
my
great.
life
Yeah.
now.
But you ever do that, like when you're trying, and especially with some super glue or any kind of glue, and you're thinking, okay, and you try at the beginning, I'm not going to get any on my
Yeah.
hands or anything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's on your hands. You look down, it's on your pants, and then it's on your arm. You're like, how
on
did you
your
get on my cheek?
countertop.
And it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know how it
Yeah,
happened.
that's especially with like carpenter's glue. I find
Yes.
that one, it's just so messy.
and it's
'cause
just
so
everywhere.
liquidy.
And places like it's in rooms you haven't been in. There's glue. Like, I don't know how it happens.
What is carpenter's glue? It's just a strong glue?
It's a wood glue.
Sort of, yeah, a wood glue. You know it to see it. You,
Oh, is
you
it
know
like,
it to smell it, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, would I?
Yeah,
Is it like a sand color?
It's sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
know
like
what you're
it's like
talking
very liquidy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
okay.
as a whole, the glue industry is letting us down.
Really? I'm with you.
Yeah, they got up their game.
Even kindergarten glue. They don't make it like they used to.
No. Doesn't taste as good.
Doesn't,
You can't-
exactly.
yeah.
No.
You can't eat as much as you used to. These kids are wimps now.
Yeah,
Back in my day, we could chug back a bottle and still go for recess.
You put that on your strudel.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Well, wait, hey, hang on, Jenny. Before you start, I think we really need to preface this story.
Oh, don't do
by,
this.
by well, just giving like the background on what's been happening here behind the scenes all morning.
Yeah.
All morning
This
off
didn't
air.
happen.
You've been saying.
I don't
true.
understand because usually you're not a. I don't want to use the word braggadocious. type
That's what I was
person.
gonna. That's a
But-
great word.
But
yeah,
this morning,
braggadocious.
You've really been talking about
Braggadocious.
this hot flash
Yeah.
being something that you were really excited about.
That this is the best story of. Was it the? No, it was the year. I think you said was this is going to be the story of the year. So here we go, Jenny's best
Here we
story
go.
of 2025. Let's do this.
Buckle up.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh boy.
Actually, you know what, Jenny? Here, why don't we have a drum roll?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
we
yeah.
can do that.
All right.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, you ready? Okay. All right.
Well, some fitty.
Hang on.
Oh,
Jenny.
And I messed it up. I said
just-
fitty instead of city.
Oh, no.
Jenny.
Okay. This
Let's
time
try
I'm
again.
gonna have some like explosions and stuff because
Oh.
right? Isn't that what you want? You sent me
Sure,
the
yeah,
email
you
saying,
have those.
You said it
Those
was going to be
handy-
an explosive
Yeah.
story.
"Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Brady, can we have some sort of explosion
didn't write
sound
that.
effects?" Why? Then
Oh,
who wrote this
okay.
email? You've been hacked, I guess.
Right, sure.
Can you have explosion sound effects for when I tell the next story?
Yeah.
I'm also going to accidentally say "fitty." Don't worry, I'm doing that on purpose to build suspense.
I understand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Talk soon.
Yeah.
Love you. XOXO.
That was nice.
Jenny.
Yeah.
I'm very sweet at the end of my
You,
emails.
you
Yeah.
also mentioned to me, you said, I see that you're using your whole chair. You said that earlier this
Yeah.
morning. You said, but come later on this morning, you're only going to use the edge.
Ah, so you're going to be on the edge
Yeah,
of
I
your
guess
seat.
I wrote so many emails
Yeah.
this morning.
I
How did I
know.
end that one?
No, you didn't. You said that to me.
Oh, I said that
right.
to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Remember?
Okay. No other emails got sent? No?
You might
Okay.
have. We'll see.
Okay. we'll see.
Okay.
I'll have to check my inbox.
All right,
Okay,
here we
you
go,
ready?
guys. Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah.
Some city folks just made a fool of themselves on TikTok again. So many explosions. Well, this time it was a couple who was upset because they booked a mountain cabin that was on a mountain. Getting cut off by the explosions. Okay, so she starts off the video by saying, okay, we are in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We just checked into our cabin.
A lot of them.
And she says, we are leaving our cabin. And then says, it's way too slopey. So basically, they booked a mountain cabin. Okay, this is not the best story.
Oh.
It's pretty terrible.
Kind of expecting a little more. Why did you make me get the explosions?
I have some jokes, though, that people told online. The whole mountain that we have to drive through is very uphill, she said. And then people responded, how dare the mountains be mountains? Last year, I went to the beach and left after seeing all that sand and water.
Oh, is that another email?
Yeah. What did that one say?
It's from Jenny.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Braids. Just want you to know my story isn't actually that good, but I think what I can do to punch it up is actually sing this story in a very sing-songy voice. I think that's going to make it a lot better.
I like it. Okay.
But what will really make the segment great is if it flops first and then I come back and we do another drum roll.
Okay.
And then I sing-song the story.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't forget to use the explosions. Lots of love. XOXO, Jenny.
That's friendly. That's nice. Okay.
So do you want, I mean, I guess you do want.
I mean, if I wrote the email, I
did.
guess,
All
you
right.
know.
Yeah,
I
so very
didn't.
sing-songy.
Never sure.
Okay, all right, here we go.
Some city folks just made a fool of themselves on TikTok.
I don't know that this is working.
It didn't really help. It didn't quite have the
My
same.
bad,
All right.
guys. My bad. My
Yeah.
vision
All right.
didn't come to light the way I thought
Maybe
it
we'll
was.
try again tomorrow.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Okay, how do we feel about this? I feel like I have some shopping to do for the morning hot tub. There's a $19 strawberry that has has the internet divided.
Okay.
I saw this and I thought of Rush immediately for some reason.
Okay. It's this company Erewhon, Erewhon. I don't know. They have a $19 strawberry. Several content creators say it's amazing. Someone says, wow, that's the best strawberry. It's crazy. It's gone totally viral. A lot of videos over like 15, 20 million views. Luxury berries. They're individually wrapped and packaged, and they rest on a small cushion.
Okay.
So how do they I guess they ship it to you like immediately, you know, because you got to get it really, really fresh, right?
Yes.
And someone says if I drop $20 on a strawberry, I'd probably convince myself it was the best one I've ever tasted.
I think that's part of it too. So, but obviously it can't have marks on it and
It's gotta be
dents in it. It's got to be a decent sized strawberry too.
Imagine how much of the top Jenny would have wasted from that with the stem.
Watching her eat strawberries is so frustrating.
It is. And Jenny, so in the summer, she always brings strawberries in, it seems. And she eats like, what, 2/3 of it?
Maybe.
Not even.
Maybe. Yeah, it's so
like
bad.
If she gets even close to the stem, it's like she's, I think, just weirded out by it.
Yeah, no, she basically, the point of the strawberry, she just sort of lobs off the point and then leaves the rest.
It's crazy.
If it's a basket of strawberries, she eats enough that there's still half a basket of strawberries left.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you guys have asked her, but why doesn't she just chop the tops off?
Laziness?
Yeah, but she also thinks that she's leaving just the rest, like the refuse part of a strawberry.
Have you seen her eat an apple? Does she do the same thing for apples, or
I
does she
don't
get right
think
into the
so.
core?
Although I don't know that
We
I've seen
should
her eat
do
an apple.
We should bring an apple in. Let's all watch her
just
eat
see
it
what she does.
and not tell her why. We'll just hear it.
Yeah, but we all have clipboards.
Yeah.
And then when she's done, we just go,
And white lab coats.
Oh, can we please do this?
Yes,
really
it's a great
fun.
idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And so we could do this with a bunch of different things. We can bring in a chicken wing too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See how
Just
she
watch
eats
and
the
see what she
chicken
does.
wing.
Yeah.
She'll be so
Because
confused.
with an apple, I don't even think she'll eat it. And if she does, I think she would use a knife. I can't picture her, Jenny, taking a bite out of an apple. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay, well, we'll write that down on
Yeah,
our
we'll have
clipboard.
to see.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, we'll leave a knife on the table too.
Yeah, and see what she does.
That's really fun. But we can't say anything other than
No. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's do this, please.
Okay, that's a
next
good
week.
bit. Okay, so what do we need? 3 lab coats?
3 lab coats and 3 clipboards. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
We're about to spend $150 on the world's dumbest bit.
Yeah.
That only the 3 of us are going to
No,
appreciate.
you know what? Well, after the first time, after the Apple experiment, we can make this kind of a feature on the show every now and again. How would Jenny eat a blank?
Yeah. And it's fine, even if she knows in the future what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So do we want an intro, or maybe not for the first one? Because we want like the surprise
right.
of that.
yeah. No. We'll hold off. And please, anybody listening right now, don't
say anything.
to
Yeah.
Jenny.
Yeah.
This will be funnier to hear her reaction
Yes.
as to why we're all wearing.
Okay,
lab
that's
coats.
really good. Okay, I'll have to see how fast I can get lab coats. 'Cause I'd love to do this on the next edition of the Hot Tub.
For Brady alone, there should be Halloween stores open year round.
Yes,
Seriously.
that's true.
Or just I need a guy, you know, and I've tried to have a guy, like
Yeah.
a costume guy, and I can't, you know.
I feel like lab coats should be available at I'm just not thinking of the store, but there should be a
Oh,
store
for sure
that
there's
just has
medical
lab
stores
coats.
would have
But
that.
I don't want to spend $120
No.
on a lab coat. I want just a goofy
You
lab coat.
get on Amazon and maybe get one for like
Yeah.
$10.
Do you think they have like packs of 3?
Probably not, but maybe.
Maybe. So yeah, clipboards we have around the office.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else we need? We need apples.
I have apples.
Are we
yeah,
going to give Jenny the knife, though, giving her that option? Because I also think, this is going to sound terrible
Yeah.
for people who, are around Jenny. I think she has a knife in her purse.
Yeah, she does. So is the plan,
does,
are
too.
we just going to have the apple and the knife there the whole time? Or do we walk in with our lab coats, drop off the apple and knife, and then just stand there and watch?
No, I think we should start. The first time we do it, I think we should say, Jenny, we have something planned here.
Yeah.
We just have to get into our lab coats. Hang on one
Yeah.
second.
Yeah,
and then
okay,
put on our
okay.
lab
And then
coats,
we take out our...
pass out the
Yes.
clipboards
Yeah.
and say, Jenny, here's an apple. Please begin.
Yeah.
That's good. And then she won't know what's happening. We're
Right.
gonna get, what? What do I do? What do I... And then we'll just watch.
Yeah.
But then she has to eat the whole apple.
Yeah, because we have to know, because the point of this is we want to know how much of it she's going to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll try it. It might bomb miserably.
But it could be interesting because there's many options. Like, if she uses the knife, will she eat it piece by piece, or will she slice it all first and then eat the pieces?
No,
we don't know.
There's a lot of questions here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to need more clipboards, just in case. Maybe bigger clipboards.
Okay. Yeah. Because there's a lot of data.
It's like
there.
a Bristol board.
Are we going with the Honey Crisp?
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have at home. It'll be whatever I have. Except, you know what happened? The worst thing ever happened to me.
What?
I have apples every day, and we had a bag full of apples. And as I was bringing my apple bag to like the place where I keep the apples, it ripped.
Oh no!
And all my apples went everywhere. They're all bruised. I have a week of bruised apples.
Oh, no,
it's
that's not good.
it's terrible.
Don't give her bruised apples. She won't eat it.
I know. Maybe that's something we could take note of.
So I do think. I mean, I've heard her talk about them. She is kind of an apple snob, so I think if they're not Honey Crisps, I don't know that she's going to eat it.
All right.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's
Thank
do this
you.
as soon as we can, okay?
This is great.
All right. I'm on it.
Now we might wake up tomorrow morning and think this is so horrible.
It might be.
There's a good chance of that.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Do you ever just hang out in the bathroom at work for a while?
Yep.
Okay.
No,
you don't.
I don't do
You don't
that.
have the time to do it. Well, don't do it on your next flight. A 20-year-old Orthodox Jewish man from New Jersey is suing United Airlines. He claims a pilot yanked him out of the bathroom for taking too long. It happened on January 28th while flying home from a trip to Mexico with a friend. Now, a flight attendant woke his friend up from a nap and told him to go check on him because he had been in the bathroom for 20 minutes. The guy yelled through the door that he was fine, but he was just constipated. So they left him alone. But then a pilot got involved after he still hadn't come out 10 minutes later. So it was a half an hour overall. According to the lawsuit, the pilot started screaming and demanding him to come out immediately, then broke the lock and opened the door on him.
And was he just sitting there?
The guy's pants were down around his ankles, and everything was on display.
Okay.
Wow.
He says the pilot, flight attendants, and several passengers all got a good view of it.
No.
He and his friend got handcuffed and escorted off the plane when it landed in Houston. Airport cops put them in holding cells, but eventually released them without filing charges. So they're both suing, claiming they were treated unfairly. They also claim the pilot talked about them being Jewish and made a bunch of different remarks.
Well, that's a separate
You can't
issue.
do that.
Yeah.
A jury will decide if they deserve to get paid or not.
You can't do that.
No,
No.
you can't do that.
If you're in the middle of whatever it is you're doing,
I mean, if we start at the beginning, if you're in a public bathroom like that, where obviously bathrooms are limited, if you can't spend a half an hour in the
No.
bathroom, and
Well,
if
what
you
do you
feel
do
like
if you seriously can't get up?
if you
Because,
no, but that's a different situation. His situation was he could have gotten up, he couldn't do anything.
If he had deadly diarrhea, that's
a different situation.
You know? Like
Okay.
he just couldn't
Yeah.
go. So
He
you
couldn't
have
go.
to wait
You need
until
to
you
get
know
up
you
and
can
then go. So-
Yeah.
So in this scenario, the pilot's got to inspect the bowl, so to speak, to see what's there. Is that how we're breaking it down now?
I-
like if there's a couple little
Right.
pebbles there, like all of a sudden.
All right, we'll give you 10 more.
Yeah.
Like where do you
I
draw
don't
the
know.
line on that?
I don't know.
I would never spend a half an hour in the bathroom like that. Even if I had to, keep going back,
Yeah.
I would then keep
But
going
there
back.
are thousands of people have irritable bowel syndrome
Yes.
that they just can't get up from that for a while.
And
Yeah,
we're not hearing about this is a different
Yeah.
situation. You've got to get up, give people a chance to go, and then if you have to go
But
back, then you
usually
have to go back.
planes have 2 bathrooms, right?
Usually, yeah. But I guess if you've got a huge plane and people are waiting,
Yeah.
like the lineup, it wouldn't take long for a lineup to start.
No.
you know?
I think I would wait for the second one. I would rather have
Yeah.
that than him go back to his seat and then do something
Yeah.
right
Oh, yeah.
beside me where
Poo
the
his
rest.
pants.
Yes.
Okay, well, thanks. We didn't need to say
I was
that.
trying to.
I filled in the blanks for you.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah, that was helpful.
Yeah, no, I think I get what you're saying. The pilot should not have reacted
No.
that way.
No.
Like if they had an issue, wait until he comes
Was the
out.
pilot trying to go?
No,
No.
he just
No?
wanted him out of there.
I also think it's weird. What happened to the post 9/11 world? I didn't think pilots were allowed leaving the cockpit. I thought it was always like Fort
Yeah.
Knox
Oh yeah,
there
they
now.
can. You can't get into it.
Right.
Right.
But they can leave.
Really?
Yeah. They have to go to the bathroom and
Yeah,
stuff, and they can.
I've seen a pilot go to the bathroom.
But I thought
There's
maybe
just
I'm wrong.
they need a key, I think, to get in.
Yes.
And they don't leave the door to the cockpit
Did they
open.
refurbish some planes so that there was then a bathroom put in the cockpits because of all of that?
I think probably in some of the
I'm
huge
sure.
planes,
Yeah.
they have their own
Yeah.
bathroom. Yeah,
Okay.
Like I wouldn't be
imagine.
surprised, but on some of them they just leave the bathroom.
You know what I did recently? Speaking of planes, I did the flight simulator
Thank
thing.
God it had nothing to do with bathroom issues. You know what I did?
So there was this one time.
Did you hear the one that I did this?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
It's so cool.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I was really, really good
Yeah.
at it.
Tell us more.
So you go in and it's a cockpit and they've got screens up so it looks like and you can pick whatever airport you want to land at.
It is
and
an
take
actual
off from.
cockpit of an Airbus plane.
Yes.
An Airbus A320, I think. So it's an actual cockpit.
Yeah.
And you're flying.
You're
it.
flying a plane.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
so neat.
what brought you guys there?
Rush did it. My uncle did it, and then my dad messaged me. Said, "I would love to see you do this."
How long does it go for?
You're an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. An hour?
It's an hour.
Yeah.
It's an hour of flight.
Oh my God, I'd be bored.
And you're with an actual pilot who's
Yeah.
Teaching you how to fly.
Is he telling you go to the bathroom or don't go to the
He
bathroom?
didn't mention that. No.
I did ask a bunch of questions
Yeah.
about that though. Like when can you go? How often are you just chatting and sitting
And
back
what's
and
the
relaxing?
answer?
He said it during takeoff and landing. They don't talk about anything.
Right.
But once they get up there and they can sort of just set it to autopilot. But autopilot really does like so much now.
Yeah.
Like you don't even really need to land the plane.
Okay.
Like autopilot will do it
I
for
don't know
you.
if I want to know that.
No.
Again, my wife was with me, and like we did this together, and I thought at the end of it she'd be much more comfortable flying.
Yeah.
She's a bit of a nervous flyer, not bad, but somewhat nervous. She is way more nervous
No.
now after this than
I'd
she was.
imagine, yeah.
There's so
to
many
me,
buttons.
I was way more comfortable, but.
Yeah, I was really good at it. Derek would have killed us all.
Landing is hard. I mean, I landed. For me, we were on the ground.
Yeah.
Did we stay on the runway? Nope.
No.
Oh,
But we were on the ground.
hey, you can work for Boeing.
Yeah, exactly.
Pearson's on the line.
Yeah. But it was very, very neat.
It's really
Yeah,
neat. I
loved
would
it.
recommend it. You would probably get
Yeah.
bored.
I
But
would
it's,
get bored,
Yeah, you
yeah.
would. Yeah. But do it with two people and then you watch somebody
I'd
else
be
do it.
freaked
It's
out
fun.
if I knew the pilot was in the bathroom and left the bathroom and saw that the sink was dry and he didn't wash his hands.
Yeah, I get that.
That would
Yeah.
freak me out the whole ride.
Touching all those buttons.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then he's getting the other pilot sick, and then nobody can land the plane.
I
and
hadn't
we all
even thought of
die.
that. That's a fast-moving virus, too. That's very
It's like
fast.
on the movie Airplane.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they all get food poisoning.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
exactly.
the greatest scene. What did you have? I had the fish, and it's just the skeleton of the fish.
Well, the better line was before that.
Which one?
When he says, "What did you have for dinner? What were the choices?
Beef or chicken?"
Beef or chicken? Oh, that's right. I had the fish. It's so
Oh,
good.
it's so good. I need to watch that movie. Oh, it's so good.
The Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady.
Different story here for you guys. It's been floating around for a few days. Are you guys on DoorDash or Uber Eats?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Skip the
I try
Dishes?
not
Sure,
to
too
be.
much, actually.
Try not to
yeah,
be.
I know.
I agree.
I know.
Oh my god, it's the devil's app.
It is
Yes,
so
it
awful. It
It's
is
too
so bad.
easy.
Yeah.
It's
too
too
easy.
easy. Oh,
It is
man.
too easy.
I gotta also tell you though, I am exhausted. Here comes first world problems.
Okay.
First world problems. First world problems.
I'm going to need to learn that one.
That's
Yeah,
really
it's
good
okay.
for a first
We did
try.
well. Yeah, we did well.
Ryan, you weren't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
Thank you, guys.
No, I am exhausted going on these apps trying to decide what to eat.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, my God.
I'm wrecked.
There's two ways to do it. So, but I mean, there's fatigue because there's so many options.
Yes.
Yes.
But then also you go on and be like, it's just like the problem you used to have. You had all these channels and nothing to watch on TV.
Yes.
Yes.
There's all these options. You're like, I don't want any of this.
And then it asked me, what are you feeling like? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm feeling
But like
like.
a 14-year-old Molly, you said, you want pizza? Yeah, I
Yeah.
want pizza.
Exactly. But it's not like that.
And the greatest is you know how much it's costing. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't want them to stop anywhere on the way. So yes, I'll pay for that.
that's right,
upgrade.
yeah.
You will
You
come right
don't.
to me.
Oh, I do that all
yeah.
the time. Yeah.
It's bad.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, DoorDash and maybe the others will follow suit. This is making headlines now for a few days. They're launching a buy now, pay later option.
Oh, yeah.
Experts say it might be not a great sign for the economy if
No.
people can't pay in
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah.
So, would you take a loan out for a
Oh my
burrito?
God.
Totally.
I probably would.
There used to be a video store that was
Yes.
pay later.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, that wasn't even that much money, but we love that. You go and rent a movie, you go in there, get free popcorn. So
Yes.
you walk around, pick your movie, and then you'd pay for it when you returned it.
Yeah.
So your Saturday night, you didn't need any money.
That was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
Diners will now have the option to pay in full or pay in 4 installments or postpone payments to a more convenient time like payday.
Imagine being in debt to DoorDash.
That's the sign.
That's terrible. Because that can get away from you quickly.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I can see why they're doing it.
Yep.
Oh, sure.
You're on the hook with them till the end of time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Absolutely. And they probably charge interest.
Yes,
I would imagine they do.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, that's a reason right there.
Yeah.
Like, I know that they have every right to do that, and nobody's putting a gun to your head to be on
Sure.
these things. But I hope there's like at least a button that doesn't give you the option.
Right.
Wouldn't that be like if you could just block that out? Like it's not even a possibility in your life.
Yes.
But you know that one person, then there's going to be that one day you're like, ooh, but I'm very hungry, so let me just undo this.
Just this one time.
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a nice idea to disable it, but no.
I know roughly, all 4 of my kids, roughly how much money they make a week.
Yeah.
And how much money they have in their lives. And when they go, oh, we got DoorDash. And I Ubered home. And I'm like, how you doing, that?
Yeah. And then they ask for money. So
No, they don't ask for money. Not for me.
Good for you, baller.
Yeah. Oh, no way. I just don't know how they do it.
Right.
And then I always say to my, I sound like now the dad of 4, I go, how are they affording this?
Yeah.
Because my wife and I struggle, like, do we want to pay $70 for a pizza delivery?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
We can barely get by, and then...
I don't know. I remember being that age and having a job and not being able to afford anything.
Nothing.
No.
Yes.
Barely getting the gas in your tank.
This is it. I was putting $5
And
in
now
just to
gas
get...
costs, 100 times more than it did then. So,
God,
yeah.
well, they figured it out anyway.
Apparently.
I certainly didn't.
Yeah, and they're just in there, puff, puff. I wonder when my Chinese food's being delivered.
It's true.
Makes me so
Directly
angry.
to me.
Actually, I did get a delivery the other night. You know what? One of them, I won't say which one it was. They were so quick with the refund.
Yeah.
Like seconds.
Yeah.
My wife got the pizza. Ironically enough, we did get pizza.
Yeah.
And it was she picked it up, and it was raining hard outside. And she goes, "Oh, the pizza's all wet."
Oh.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay." We brought it in, and she opened the box, and the driver drove with it upside down the whole way.
Come on.
No.
So the cheese, all the cheese melted right onto
the box.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's when you're ready to eat.
I know.
You're
Yes.
getting all set up.
You
your
spent
show
all this time
paused.
expecting
Yes.
it? Oh, yeah, that's not good.
You got the plates on the
Yeah.
counter.
Oh, yeah, your
all you
night's
need to do
ruined.
is, I know.
So we got our money back,
Yeah.
but what the funny thing is, the driver's tip doesn't go away.
Nope.
Right.
So it was the driver's fault.
Yeah, and the driver
Yeah.
still
They
got
got
tipped.
paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And they're
Now, what did you do for a rating? Did you give the driver a bad rating?
No,
I hate doing that.
We gave them a good rating.
Yeah.
For leaving a wet pizza
But
upside
no.
down?
But then
you gotta give. That's the only. You get a tip anyway. That's the only
Would
thing
you
you
give
can
a
do.
bad rating?
If my pizza was upside down, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause honestly-
But then I'm afraid. Because by the way, we have the same 3 or 4 people that drive out to our
Yeah.
house.
Right.
I don't want to tick them off.
no, he's spitting on your pizza next time.
But he literally served you an upside down pizza.
I know.
Maybe that's how it was handed to him.
Human error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there.
And spit on your pizza.
Yeah.
Spit in cardboard. That's what
That's
I
right.
mean.
Yeah.
You should saw my wife trying to take off all the cheese. God love her.
Did you end up eating that pizza?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Okay.
you figure it
good for
out.
you.
Yeah, you
Okay.
figure it out.
Yeah.
It was a little light on cheese.
Yeah. I bet it was. Yeah.
Like what you just heard? Tell a friend. Tell a friend. They can listen to the Hot Tub Podcast with Mahler, Rush, Jenny, and Brady wherever podcasts are found.
Follow the gang on socials for more fun at Mahler, at One True Rush, at Hot Flash Jenny, and at Brady Jones Radio.
The Hot Tub Podcast, a part of the Stingray Podcast Network.